Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to talk about the different types of natural selection. So, let's say we consider a character which is the height of individuals in a population. Now, for the first type of natural selection is called the directional selection. Now, when you plot a graph of the whole population and you consider the height, then that graph would be a normal distribution graph. So let's extend this a little bit. Right. So this is going to be the graph, and on the y-axis you have the frequency or number of individuals, and over here you have the character. Let's say on the extreme left you have the short height or extremely short height, and on the extreme right you have the number of individuals that is having the extremely tall height. And in a distribution like this, you are going to get the intermediate, the individuals with the intermediate height are more in number. So this is a normal distribution graph that is going to work for every population. Now let's say a selection pressure is provided by the nature that sort of selectively eliminates either the short-heighted people or the tall-heighted people. So either it is working on this side or it is working on this side. So either it has to be on one side or the other. It cannot work on both the sides together in directional selection. So let's say it is working on the left side and it is eliminating, there's a selection pressure which is eliminating the short-heighted people in this population. So now what will happen? The population graph would automatically shift to the right, thereby forming another extreme, and a different kind of intermediate. So this is the new intermediate. So this is going to occur when you have the selection only on one side, only on a particular extreme, I may say. So it can be on either of the extreme but not together. So if that happens, we call it the directional selection. This is because the graph or the population, the distribution is moving towards a particular direction. And if it would have been on this side, then it would have moved towards the other direction. So this is the directional selection. The next one is called the disruptive. So this is number 2, disruptive selection. Right. So in disruptive selection, what happens? Let's draw the same graph and let's put the normal distribution of the population. I'm not mentioning the x and y axis because they're going to be the same, and I'm considering the character to be height as well. So let's say a selection pressure occurs which selectively eliminates the intermediate, the individuals with the intermediate height. So what will happen is that the intermediate height is going to fall and two different intermediates are going to form on either side. So this is going to decrease and the other sides are going to increase. So this is when the disruptive selection is occurring, and the selection pressure is on the intermediate character. Now, moving on to the third one, which is the stabilizing selection. Now, in stabilizing selection, what happens? Let's draw the graph once more. This is the normal distribution. In stabilizing selection, what happens? The selection pressure is working against both the extremes. So it is working against both the extremes, and since it is working against both the extremes, we can say that the intermediate is going to increase, whereas the extremes are going to decrease. So over here the selection pressure was working against the intermediate, and over here the selection pressure was working against only one extreme, but over here it is acting against both the extreme characters. So that is why this is going to increase, whereas this, the whole curve would shift towards the middle, whereas the extremes are going to be eliminated. So this is the stabilizing selection. So that was it for this video. This was all about the different types of natural selection. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up and share with someone who would need to watch it. And until the next time.